Velkhana, Master Rank 10. Nice. Risen Crimson Glow Volstrax. Wait. Master Rank 160? Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Title Update 4 is going to be dropping on the 7th of February, and in today's video I'm going to be going over all of the things that we're going to be getting with that update, as well as my thoughts and opinions on the things that we are getting with the update. However, before we actually get started with the video itself, I would just like to express my thanks for everyone that has shown up to my live streams, people that show up to the channel to watch the videos, people that have been incredibly generous to donate their hard-earned money to the channel, and people that support through YouTube subscriptions and all of that stuff. Like, just the outstanding amount of support that I've received throughout the month of January, which is usually a pretty miserable month in terms of ad revenue, has just been incredibly overwhelming. And I just want you all to know that I'm incredibly thankful for the support, because the algorithm doesn't always send out notifications for people, and I know that whenever there's big months on the news, more people watch these videos. So I would just like to express my thanks and to let you know that this type of stuff really doesn't go unnoticed, and thank you. And for all of the people out there that might think, oh, I wish I could contribute more or something like that, don't think like that. It's like you showing up and watching my videos and, hitting the like, subscribing, all of that stuff. That is more than enough. Never feel pressured in any way to have to contribute monetarily to me. It is incredibly appreciated, but I never want people to feel pressured to do it. Just come hang out, watch the streams if you want to, naturally, if it's entertaining for you. That's all I can possibly ever ask, and you guys have really just allowed me to keep doing what I'm doing for so long that I'm just always incredibly thankful, and sometimes I'm at a loss for words. But anyway, let's get into the actual title update. I'll also be giving you guys a bit of a personal update near the end of this video, so, let's just get into the actual title update and talk about all the goodies that we're going to be getting. So number one, we're going to be getting Velkhana, which was an incredible surprise. The whole community was like, oh my god, I can't believe they brought out Velkhana. No. Everybody knew. Like, literally, all of us knew that we were going to be getting Velkhana. And for the next powered-up monster, we are going to be getting Risen Crimson Glow Volstrax, which was also pretty much expected by the community. I mean, there were going to be pretty much two choices, which was going to be either Crimson Glow Volstrax or Risen Shigaru Magala. It makes sense that they saved Shigaru Magala for later, which we will talk about later in the video when we talk about the roadmap and all of that stuff. But, these are the two monsters that we're going to be getting. Velkhana is going to be available at Master Rank 10, which is pretty cool because, basically you finish the main story and all of that stuff and you instantly get access to Velkhana. I don't foresee Velkhana being super challenging, particularly with the current level of defenses that we have in the game, because if you really upgrade your armor all the way, because as you might be aware, I've recently restarted playing the game on Switch, and I upgraded my armor all the way, and I'm surprised at just how resilient stuff is, like in early Anomalies and stuff like that. It's wild. Like, we are beastly tanks, so I don't foresee Velkhana being a major problem. I would expect that with the introduction of Velkhana, we're most likely going to get a skill that is going to be, if not exactly like Frostcraft, probably something similar to Frostcraft. I would expect it to be a 3-point skill, very much like Powdered Mantle and, is it called Wind Mantle? The one from Risen Kushala Daora. I'd expect something in line with that for Frostcraft, but who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe they'll have a completely different skill. Now, Risen Crimson Glow Volstrax is a little bit more problematic, and if you guys watched the, the last episode 73, I believe, of the Third Fleet podcast, and probably in episode 72, you'll be aware of the fact that Gaijin's a little bit frustrated because the master rank requirements for some of these Risen monsters are incredibly high. So for players that haven't been actively playing the game, it is actually a problem. We talk about this in episode 74, which still hasn't really been released by the time this video goes live. But, you know, for people that drop the game for a couple of updates and then they're like, oh, I want to come back to Title Update 4 or something. Oh, crap, I need to be Master Rank 160 to fight Risen, Crimson Glow, Volstrax. That's a problem. Now, you can go online, depending on whether or not you subscribe to PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live. Well, actually, PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live is not really relevant yet. It's more like Nintendo Online. If you're on Steam, it's free, but like if you subscribe to Nintendo Online, you can go in there and you can you know, you can find the quests in multiplayer and people can host for you. If you have friends that can host the quest for you, you can still do it, which by the way is something that I will most likely have to rely on, because despite the fact that I'm far beyond and above Master Rank 160 on PC at this point, on the Switch, that's not the case. I think I'm around Master Rank 50 or Master Rank 60. I don't know. I never really pay attention to my Master Rank. Sorry, it's a little bit of tea because my throat has been killing me. But, yeah, I'm probably going to have to rely on you guys to host the quest for me when that comes out, because I don't think I'm going to be Master Rank 160 by the 7th of February, despite the fact that I've been hunting quite a bit on the Nintendo Switch recently. But, yeah, I'll rely on you guys to host the quest for me, and then I'll kindly ask you to leave so that I can solo the monster. I will do quests in multiplayer with you guys later, but the first hunt, you guys know the way that I like to do. I always like to solo the monster first. But yeah, I do feel like it's kind of weird with you having, for starters, two different ranks. You have the Anomaly rank, then you have the Master rank, and the requirements to gain access to the new monsters are just getting so ridiculously high that if you haven't kept up with the game, it's going to be pretty much prohibitive in terms of time investment for you to actually raise up your Master rank. But I don't know what their plan is with that. Maybe they'll make, maybe they'll inflate Master rank gains or something, but I don't really pay too much attention to that, so we'll see how that pans out. But these are two new monsters that we're going to be getting. However, there's also a bunch of new features that they're adding in the form of, you know, more anomaly investigation levels. We're going to be getting the anomaly investigations up to level 220, which then pretty much poses the question. So in the next update, most likely they're going to go up to 300. Also, we are going to be getting Elder Dragons added to Anomaly Investigations, which means that you can expect to see afflicted Elder Dragons, which is going to be pretty beastly. But not only that, Risen Elder Dragons are also going to be added to Anomaly Investigations. As a matter of fact, there's a part of the video that you can actually see them browsing the Investigations tab, and there's like a Risen Kushala Daora in there. Like, it was at level 200 and something, which basically means, dude, I gotta get back on that Anomaly Investigation grind and grind it a little bit more. I'll probably do a couple of streams once I'm feeling a little bit better, because I have a really bad sore throat, which is why I'm sipping on tea. But I'll probably do a couple of live streams and I'll try to get you guys' help to grind a little bit more, because I've done the solo grind thing on PC. It's not like I need to prove anything, so I can just like, yeah, guys, can come in here, help me grind a little bit, please, so that I can get caught up on my Switch save. But we'll see how that stuff pans out. The Elder Dragons are going to be starting to show up on Anomaly Investigations at around level 111, so, you know, look forward to that. They will also be adding new materials to Anomaly Investigations, and their description is that these materials will unlock the cap for Curious Crafting. Now, last night I was extremely tired, sick, and the live stream started at 11 p.m., so I missed a couple of interesting details as they were showing the new Curious Crafting for weapons, and I actually caught a tweet by Vicery from Team Darkside where he said, seems that unlocking anomaly slots alone gives you bonuses now. I wonder if you can choose the bonus you want. The L and R prompt on top are either for more slots or for different bonuses. Weapons are going to be hitting 400 plus raw damage and 100 plus element damage without skills. So there's a couple of screen grabs here that I'm probably going to be editing into the video that show exactly what he's talking about. So during the presentation, you can see that this is the Malzeno Greatsword, and you know, it doesn't have any gems whatsoever equipped on it. However, it does have plus 15 attack, plus 30 dragon element, as well as plus 10 sharpness. I wonder what type of control we will have on which stats we get. I wonder if different weapons might even have different stats. I wonder what the deal is going to be with that. And you can see right here that this was another screen that was also in the video. It's like add anomaly slot level 6, and as you unlock the level 6 anomaly slot, you can see that you get element dragon plus 20, but it's kind of weird because it already shows here attack plus 15, dragon plus 30, and sharpness plus 10. I wonder if it's already showing a preview of what it's going to look like once you get the plus 20 dragon. But basically, it appears that just unlocking the slots alone is going to be giving you bonus stats on weapons. So our power levels are going to keep escalating even further. We're going to be destroying monsters left, right, and center. But the reason why they do that is because naturally with the scaling of anomaly investigations, things are going to get pretty damn wild. But as a Gunlance main, naturally my question is always going to be, what about the shells? What about shells? Because attacking gonna do jack for my shells, man. What are we doing? That's what I want to know. Especially now that I've been playing a lot of white shelling, which doesn't do a lot of melee hits. But, you know, whatever. I think it's pretty cool that, you know, since they've gone down this road of things just going completely wild, go all the way. Just like give us ridiculous power levels. We're going to be ultra instinct hunters by the time all the title updates are done. And at this point, that's just kind of like what you have to expect. But anyways, that is some of the news for Curious Crafting. That is specifically for Curious Weapon Crafting. They didn't show anything for Curious Armor Crafting. I'm going to imagine that probably we're going to be seeing some of the skills that were previously unavailable for Curious Armor Crafting. So things like potentially... which one was it? It was like the Teostra Powder Mantle. Maybe that will become available as a skill that you can get through Curious Armor Crafting now, because in the current version of the game, you can't do that. But in previous versions of the game, you also couldn't get things like, say, for instance, Sneak Attack or Bloodlust or stuff like that, and they've gradually added those to Curious Armor Crafting, so it seems like that's the logical thing to do, and the ones that will probably not be available is whatever Risen Crimson Glow Volstrax is going to have, and potentially the Frostcraft or whatever Velkhana is going to have will most likely not be available in current Curious Armor Crafting, but who knows. There's also going to be new stuff added to the research lab. One of the things that they showed was actually like eggs, so you could grind Anomaly and then make money by buying eggs using the coins from Anomalies. So that is an option, even though I think that there are better ways of making gil, like you have the Rajang event quest, you also have the mining routes that you can do in the different maps and whatnot. I think that those might be better ways of making money, but hey, if you have a bunch of leftover coins and you need money, you can also get it that way. So yeah, there's new stuff added to the research lab that you can trade for the coins. There's going to naturally be new event quests. They showed some of the event quest gear. There's an armor set that is apparently coming straight out of Monster Hunter Frontier. People are really excited about that. There was like another armor set that looked like a suit, like a black tuxedo type deal. And there was even a third one that I don't remember what it is, but I'll show those sets here in the video as we talk about that stuff. And also, I should point out that Capcom used My Hunter in the video. So my lawyers will be contacting you, Capcom. You cannot, I did not authorize you to use the likeness of My Hunter. It is My Hunter. I'm joking, naturally. For starters, you know, maybe they just used something that looks similar to My Hunter, but even if they had used the template that I use on my personal hunter, I would wear that as a badge of honor. Thank you. I appreciate the you showing that, regardless of whether that was the intention or not, but that was pretty cool. Anyway, next they also announced a bunch of new paid DLC. Me and Gaijin go pretty in-depth on the paid DLC discussion on the next Third Fleet podcast, so I'm not going to be extending myself too much on the new paid DLC discussion, besides saying that I think it would have been really cool if the characters with the quirky art style that they did for some of the promotional material, because they did those in 3D, which they look friggin' amazing. I think it would have been really cool if those were included in the game, and I think that would have been a really positive thing in the community. But we're getting a ton of rewards through event quests, and you know, there's going to be paid DLC, whether you like it or not. I'm not, you know, people might ask me, oh, Rurikhan, you've been against the weapons and stuff. Are you against this one? No, not really, because there's a ton of layered armor, goofy layered armor, and normal layered armor in the game that you can get completely for free by just playing the game. So the goofy looking characters, it doesn't bother me as much. As a matter of fact, I might pick them up because there's just so much cosmetic armor that you can get through the game, and I think that those are kind of like funny. I might pick up particularly Lance Gun because it's called Lance Gun. So that one I might pick up. I'm also going to be picking up some musical tracks because I really love picking up additional tracks to put in Elgato, and then people ask me, "Oh my God, Rurikhan, are you modding the game?" It's like, no, I bought the DLC. But yeah, those are. There's a bunch of more paid stuff in the DLC. I can't remember everything. But yeah, they're adding up a bunch of stuff, gestures and poses and stuff like that, and more cosmetic armor besides just the lance gun stuff. But I feel like the goofy looking characters are kind of like the highlight. Then there was one more thing that they share with us, which is a special outfit for your palamutes, which is going to make your palamute look like Velkhana. And that is impressive. That looks really, really cool. And you can get that completely for free. All you have to do is sign up for a Capcom ID. And it seems like there's going to be a temporary period in which you can get it a little bit earlier than everybody else. If you sign up for a Capcom ID before the 5th of February, you can, register to get the skin, the palamute skin on the 6th or on the 7th, depending on your region, most likely, and depending on how fast they can roll out the codes and all of that stuff. One of the things that is a little bit annoying is that you have to choose your platform. So say, for instance, if you own the game on PC and on Switch, you have to choose one or the other, which I was like, oh, it would be cool if you could just, what's the big deal? If you're giving it away for free anyway, maybe they will rectify the situation later and just let you have it, because you will be able to get this even if you don't register by the 5th of February. It's just the people who register by the 5th of February get it earlier. But if you didn't, the estimate that Gaijin said should be about maybe 2 weeks, something like that, because of the way that they said soon in Japanese. Gaijin was like, this is probably going to be 2 weeks after the thing. So even if you don't create your Capcom ID by the 5th of February, you can still get the skin later. It's just some people are going to be getting it a little bit earlier. But that's pretty much most of the things. I might have missed some stuff because I'm not all there. I had to wake up super early to be able to record the Third Fleet podcast to catch Gaijin in the interval between him stopping his work and starting his raid. So I was like, okay, I'll wake up super early so that we can record a podcast. That's fine, But another thing is they didn't really update too much on the roadmap. They just, they reflected the things that we're going to be adding. That we're going to be getting on February 7th, but they've updated the month that we're going to be getting Free Title Update 5, which is going to be in the month of April. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, do you think that there is going to be, any more title updates? Do you think that April is going to be the last Free Title Update? And I will tell you what my personal suspicion is. I do not have any inside information on this or anything of the sorts. This is just my personal suspicion. I believe that we will get 2 more updates to the game. I think we're going to get an update in April, and I think we're going to get an update in summer, which summer can be, anywhere from June to, when's the summer end actually? Probably September. Anywhere from June to September. But yeah, I think we'll get one for summer, and then we'll get one for fall, and the fall update is probably going to be the last one. And in a way, it almost seems kind of poetic because the name of the game is Monster Hunter Rise, and the last update comes in the fall. If that is, I think we're getting 2 more updates. I could be wrong. A lot of people suspect that the last update is going to be the April update. One thing that I will tell you that I believe is that in April, most likely is going to be when Sunbreak is going to drop for the home consoles right on time to receive the April update, so that you'll have everything inside. I think that April is going to be the sync month, where everything is going to be synced across all platforms. You're going to have Monster Rise Sunbreak on PlayStation and Xbox and PC and Switch, and they're all going to be synced up on the content that is going to be available in the game. Again, suspicion, hypothesis, speculation. Whether that is going to be the case or not, I don't know. Whether we're going to be getting 2 more updates like what I'm predicting, I don't know. But that would be my prediction. And also, on the April update, the powered-up monster is either going to be Shagaru Magala or Velkhana. that it would be my prediction. So it's going to be Risen Shigaru. Most likely Risen Shigaru Magala, I think, would make the most sense. And then they'll save Velkhana. If they're even going to make Velkhana Risen, they'll save that for later. And the returning Elder Dragon, a lot of people are pointing to Amatsu. I don't know if Amatsu would be right now or if they're saving Amatsu for later. So they could, you know, considering that they brought Velkhana April, they might just be like, hey, here's Nergigante. Who knows? Or maybe they'll surprise us with, you know, an Elder Dragon from another game. I would actually, you know, due to the fact that Velkhana and Nergigante are so close in terms of the last time that we saw them, I would actually rather see an Elder Dragon from one of the older games. Any of them, really. Any of them would do. Or, you know, is a Talca considered an Elder Dragon? I guess not. A Talca would be legit. Although you guys already know, my favorite would be Duran Moran or Jan Moran. I want a fight that's like on a boat. That's what I want. I want to fight on a boat. I want to... You know what? It'd actually be really cool if we had like an Elder Dragon that was in the water. I don't know all of them. Not Sea of Dias, because that one would actually require in the water. Unless you had a Sea of Dias that could like come up top and fight on the surface of the water. But basically, I want to fight on that boat that shows up on the very last Sunbreak fight. I think that would be awesome. That would be my dream. But, you know, I don't know what Elder Dragon is going to be. Potentially Amatsu. We shall see what the deal is going to be with that. But that is pretty much all of the news that I have in terms of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I did tell you guys I was going to be... And, wow, that's a really loud train going on there. Really loud trains passing through here the last couple of days. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but it's very distracting. But anyway, I said I was also going to give you guys a very quick personal update, simply because, you know, like I said, YouTube algorithm sometimes doesn't send out stuff and you guys don't get notified of the things that I've been working on. So I like to take advantage of some of these videos to also let you guys know what is going on, which is why I save it for last. So number one, I want to talk about Sunbreak Stories, which is also related to Monster Hunter basically. But Sunbreak Stories is a series of short stories that they've published on Twitter. And I know that probably a lot of you guys already read those, but I've been doing like readings of those stories. I've done the first 3 stories. I believe that there's a total of 7 or 8, something like that. I want to do more. It's just that the recent stories that I've uploaded didn't get as many views, so I didn't really make it a big priority. I will do all of them. It's just the priority on it is going to depend on how much support those things get, because obviously I have a ton of projects to work on and I have to define, okay, I want to work on this, people want to watch this, got to work on this, got to work on that. But I'm going to do them all, just in case you haven't seen it. If you just look up Sunbreak Stories Rurikhan, you should be able to find them relatively easily. I think those stories are actually really cool if you're interested in the characters of Sunbreak at all. So yeah, I'd recommend, and I will be posting more of those, but you can already find 3 of them in the channel. Now, recently, for those of you interested, I played the entirety of Stranger in Paradise. I streamed the whole thing. There's a playlist. You can find that in the channel as well. If you're curious about that game, I'll be releasing a video on my thoughts on that game soon. So yeah, you can look forward to that as well if you are interested in Stranger in Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. I'm currently playing through Fire Emblem Engage, which has actually been a complete blast. I hope that you guys are enjoying those streams, because I'm going to be continuing to do those streams as soon as I feel better with my throat and all of that stuff, which will be probably interweaving Fire Emblem Engage and a couple of Monster Hunter Rise streams. And I'm also working on another game that I'm thinking whether or not I'm going to release as kind of like a, you know, series blind playthrough type of thing. It's something that is incredibly outside of my wheelhouse, but I've been told by a lot of people to check this game out, so that might be something that you guys will enjoy. And there's been a lot of people asking me yesterday if I was going to play Wild Hearts when it releases. Yes, I will play Wild Hearts when it releases. I'll probably do a full-on Let's Play. I'll do a little bit of a guide, maybe even with the weapons if I see that it makes sense. You know, we'll play it by ear, but I will be playing Wild Hearts as well. But that is pretty much it as to my personal update. I hope you guys continue to enjoy the content that I produce here on the channel. Hope you guys enjoy the little skits and things that I've been working on to do the videos, because it does slow down the production process quite a bit, but it is extremely creative, fulfilling, and it is very fun. So thank you very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all of that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.